Alright guys, let's talk some tactics in this very early stage of FC26 to get you guys some more wins and play some beautiful football. Huge thank you to the EA Creator Network for allowing us to provide you guys with this content so early. I'm George from The Guide, and today I'll show you two tactical setups that also play quite differently. This one currently, which is a little bit more tiki-taka, short passing oriented, and then the other, which is more counter-attack heavy. So let's jump right in. As you can see right here, I'm using the 4-4-1-1 formation. This is what I currently play, what I like the most. And I think overall in this game, as far as I see it right now, formations that have, two CMs can be really strong, because these CMs right now, they are really joining the attack, and you can overload your attack and get those man advantage situations and really score some nice goals. You'll see examples of this in the background. So I personally think this is really strong. So you have the 4-4-1-1, obviously you have the 4-4-2. It depends on what you prefer. I really like the cams as well in this game. I think having a cam who can then feed the through balls, which are very strong right now, is good, but also having two strikers can be good right now, because then you just have more possibilities for runs in the front. So this can also work. Anyways, the 4-4-1-1, as I already said, I am playing this a little bit more tiki-taka short passing oriented, and I thought to myself, why not try out short passing? I used to always play balanced, but I personally like short passing this year a lot. Overall, I think you can play anything. You can play balanced here, you can chug a counter attack on this and also do well. It depends a little bit on how you want to adjust this formation to your play style too, but give it a go with short passing and you're going to see that you can really play a nice passing game. More on that in just a second. And then defensive approach, just to complete it, I'm still playing high. If you're really struggling against the through balls and you don't really manually defend them too much, then you can also go down here and maybe play a more balanced approach. But I still like the defensive high line, so that's what I'm currently using right now. And then with the short passing, as I just said, you can really get the ball flowing nicely in your build-up and in your attack. You can build up through the wing because your right mid and left mid are pretty close. So when you win the ball, you can play the ball out, and then you can, build some triangles with either your CMs and your cam, or with your cam and your striker. So you really have a lot of options, and you can already in the build-up phase initiate a lot of 1-2 passes, get the ball forward, and then use your cam in the end to kind of distribute, connect everything, and score some beautiful goals. So I really like this formation. Let's dive into the player roles. So keeper, I personally think still really important to have sweeper keeper, because through balls are really good right now. And even though my Donnarumma here, he has a goalkeeper plus, I still play him on sweeper keeper, because I just find if he comes out a little bit already and then I also press, triangle to pull him out, rush out of goal, I can pick up some through balls which are played too long, which is really good if you can stop them like this. Then in the back line we have two defenders here, so nothing special there. I played around a little bit with stuff like ball playing defender. Right now I don't feel like it's as bad as it used to be, that they just don't stay in their position and then you get counterattacked and they're completely out of position. So I will give this more try. You can as well, guys, if you want to experiment a little bit, but I don't want to go on record and say you can definitely play this. So I'm still with defender and defend right now. I think this is just very solid. The fullbacks, I play them on balanced. I find that, I'm doing all right. Once again, if you're really struggling, especially against counterattacks, long through balls, then you can also go for, fullback defend, and always make sure you have your full back line intact and always have 4 players that can stop the counterattack. And you can also, by the way, watch our defending tutorial. It will be linked somewhere up there, so that you can get some help in case you're struggling defensively. Now, CMs. One, I like on having a deep lying playmaker and build up, so he really supports, and also stays a little bit deeper. It's good to have one of your CMs on this or on holding. I think this is really important that you have this one extra man against the counterattacks, because if you have no CMs, then it's very uncomfortable defending against counterattacks. And then, by the way, huge pull here, Andre tradable, unfortunately, but I'm not complaining. Llorente can carry the squad in these early stages, in form as well, which is crazy. So he's on box to box. So he's my box to box player. I think he's really, really good for that. I want him to go forward, but he also has the stamina and the speed to come back, which is why I'm playing him on box to box. If you have an even more attacking player here who has the playmaker role, maybe in plus or plus plus, you can also play playmaker here. So I think one of those two is really good so that you get some CM power. The left and right mid, just inside forward, guys. You know, it's nothing special, honestly. Same old, same old. I tried out different stuff. We used these couple of days to really try out stuff and, you know, not just say, oh, this is great without even testing it. So we're trying to keep it real. But in my opinion, inside forward, especially if you're playing a you know, one striker formation, they just fill in those spaces really nicely and you just get this very, very strong attacking power on the inside when you get forward. Then the cam on playmaker, also same thing. I tested, you know, classic 10 stuff like this, but I think playmaker is just too good because when he comes short, you can pass him the ball, immediately counter attack, and then, you know, up front when you're attacking more slowly, he's also always in great position. So I really like the playmaker here. And then advanced forward on the striker. I think it's better this year. Used to play some target forward as well, which is crazy because last year attacking AI just always made the most useless runs, you know, always forward into the offside trap. But I think this year advanced forward is probably the play because it's really, really good. And that is basically my 4-4-1-1. Give this a try. It's really good. You can play some nice football. Hopefully these, you know, goals I showed gave you some inspiration and showed that. Let's move on to tactic number 2. All right, guys. So for this second formation, as I said, I want to show you a variation that is a lot more counter-attacking oriented, which right now, you know, with the through balls being so strong and everything, it's a very viable strategy as well. And I also wanted to let you guys know that if you're interested in this tactic stuff, you want to see more tactical setups and stuff like that, then definitely check out our course over on the Guide Plus. Link is going to be down below in the description. As you can see, we already have a 4-4-2 formation guide in there with a little bit of a twist, and you can also find a lot of in-depth content on the tactical system overall, you know, what the different roles do, how you can design your own setups, how you can use smart tactics to your advantage. And this course is going to be updated throughout the entire season with new formation guides that are, you know, meta in those moments, in those stages of the game. You are going to need the season pass for this, but as you can see, it's currently on early bird offer and you can get a huge discount, pay one time, get access the whole season to the Guide Plus. 10 plus courses, 100 plus lessons. So yeah, check it out, guys. You support our channel as well. Appreciate it. So let's get back to the 4-2-1-3, which is going to be our second formation here. I tried out other 4-3-3 variations as well, because for me, this is still a 4-3-3, but you know, it's still, in my opinion, stronger than those other variations because you have those two CDMs, which are really strong against the counterattacks. And just overall, this formation still plays really well right now, and your strategy of course is going to be completely different than with the 4-4-1-1. Here you're going to go for counterattacks. So what you want to do is you want to get the ball towards your cam as soon as you can. You're not going to build up through the wing slowly, you know, play tiki-taka. You're going to win the ball, try to get it to your cam as soon as you can, and then you want to look for those runs from your wingers and from your striker, and you want to try and play immediate through balls and penetrate the back line and try to score on those counterattacks, which is once again very strong. And of course, because of that, you are, you know, going to play the build-up style counter as well. I tried out the different build-up styles for this formation too, and if you really want to go for counterattacks, I think counter is the best setting. Of course, you can also play on balanced and then you can, you know, manually trigger those runs. But I just find right now that if you have this on counter and your wingers are just ready to go, you know, like they want to go, and you can play them the through ball, it's really hard to defend consistently for the opponent. So I think this is strong. It gets a little bit uncomfortable sometimes when you want to build up short and everyone is just running away from you and you cannot go for the counterattack immediately due to the situation on the pitch. But yeah, I still recommend this. Defensive approach we already talked about. I played this on high. And then for the player roles, we have a little bit of a twist as well. Let me show you that in just a second. You know, keeper, backline, everything is going to be the same as for the 4-4-1-1. Nothing special there. But then right here, we have the box crasher role, which is a really cool role. I will also show you some, you know, examples in the background, because this essentially allows you to still get attacking power from one of those CDMs. So essentially he acts a little bit more like a CM. He really goes towards the box as well and tries to join the attack. And this can give you man advantage in some situations where you have to build up a little bit more slowly. So you kind of get an extra option there as well, and you're not completely tied down to only counterattacking. So I think the box crasher role is really, really good and an interesting, cool new addition to the game. So I recommend that. And then deep laying playmaker, build up on the other guy, obviously, or girl in this case. On the other hand, you can also try holding once again if you want to play that instead. But I like deep laying playmaker. And then, you know, the attacking four are going to be very similar. Playmaker on the cam, I think once again this is just the best because he comes a little bit short. You know, if you play, for example, Shadow Striker, he's too far forward. You're not going to be able to pass him the ball immediately after winning it back, and you can't counterattack so well. Classic 10, same thing. You can see that the little box below the cam is not marked in green, and here you can see it's marked in green. And so he comes short when you win the ball, you pass him the ball, and you just go and you go for the counterattack. So I think playmaker is the best. And then we have inside forwards and advanced forward on the striker. And that is going to be it, guys. Check out the video that's linked on the screen right now if you want to see more FC26 content from us. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.